shadow of somebody else. I'm the youngest of 3 kids, and we all went to the same school, so by the time I got to a grade, teachers had an expectation of what kind of student I would be because of my sister and my brother going before me. Well, there's someone in the Bible who must have known what that felt like, and it seems like he handled it pretty well. John Bloom wrote about him in one of his books. He's one of the 12 apostles. He's mentioned 12 times in the New Testament, and 10 of those times he's mentioned along with his brother. His brother is mentioned over 150 times and wrote part of the New Testament. I'm talking about Andrew, who the first time he's mentioned in John's Gospel, it says, Andrew, Simon Peter's brother. Now, Andrew had a better resume, if you will, than Peter did at the beginning. He'd been a disciple of John the Baptist, so he had that practical ministry experience. And he was one of Jesus's earliest disciples. And he's the one who brought Peter to Jesus. And the first time Jesus met Peter, before Peter had done or said anything, Jesus said, "You are Simon, son of Jonah. You shall be called Cephas," which is Peter, and is translated, it means a rock. So from the start, Andrew's work didn't get the same prominence as Peter's. Andrew served in Peter's shadow. Peter got to be included in a lot of things that Andrew didn't, like when Jesus resurrected a little girl and the transfiguration. James and John, another set of brothers, got to do things together with Peter. But Peter never took Andrew. The Bible never says anything about whether this bothered him, but it very well could have, because we see in other places in the Gospels where the apostles discussed who would be the greatest. But he had had a good mentor when it comes to serving in the shadow of another, because he'd been a disciple of John the Baptist, who said about Jesus, "He must increase, but I must decrease." Following Jesus isn't about our prominence. It's about his. Peter himself would later write in 1 Peter 5:6, "Humble yourselves under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time." So let's be like Andrew. He was faithful, obedient, willing, and courageous, even in the shadows. Tradition says he preached the gospel and planted churches until he was martyred. My prayer is that for those called to serve in the shadows, that we can do it in the same humble and accepting spirit that Andrew modeled for us. Love you guys.